One of the perceptions in American society is that work as hard as you can, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and you will succeed. It's not always the case for everyone. When I've been laid off 3 times, it didn't matter how hard I was working or how well I was working. My son is 16, and I've been a single parent since he was a year old. Having been a single parent for 15 years, finances have always been an issue, simply for the fact that there is only one person who can earn money. I don't have a spouse, a partner that I can fall back on. I have 3 jobs currently. I don't like feeling vulnerable of having only one source of income because I've had too many experiences where that income suddenly disappears and then I have nothing. So I prefer to have at least 2, where even if one of them ends or goes away for whatever reason, at least I still have a little bit of income coming in. So for my 3rd position, managing my mother's apartment building, repairs, maintenance, those things crop up unexpectedly, and I have to be flexible. I have to be able to jump up even in the middle of the night and go assist with a resident if needed. One of the most challenging parts of working so many positions is the commute. With 3 different jobs that I all conduct at different locations, just commuting between them gets to be very time-consuming and expensive. Having gone through multiple layoffs, each time I end up using a significant chunk, if not all of my savings, to survive those in-between times until another full-time position is found. There's always these times of panic, not knowing what am I going to do next? How am I going to pay the rent? I might be okay for a couple of weeks, but what do I do when the rent comes due next month? The Issaquah Food Clothing Bank has been a huge lifesaver for me and for my son, for our family. When my work schedule allowed, I was able to go shop in person and specifically choose out foods that I knew a somewhat picky child and now teenager will eat. The Issaquah Food Clothing Bank has always been very welcoming. There was a gal there who remembered me, and she just knew me by sight, and she would say my name. "Oh, how are you today? And what can I help you find this week?" It was just very personal and very welcoming. I work beforehand and I work later than the food bank's open. And they offer a home delivery service. So I have been able to have food delivered to my home. I can still choose ahead of time, what types of things I need. It's just very flexible in that way, trying to accommodate the different needs of different families. One of the most impactful pieces for my son that from the clothing bank and from the holiday gift barn was occasionally being able to provide him with something brand new. Clothing that was new, had never been worn, still had the tags on it. And he was like, "Are these for me? Are they really new?" And he was just in awe that he actually had brand new clothing that was his. Wasn't anybody else's before. So that was a huge just morale boost for a kid who always kind of felt like everything he had was, second hand, used. So those services that provide the basics of life that are known expenses that are going to be regularly occurring, those are the services that can allow a family to then save up a little bit. So that allows them to continue working and then to maintain their housing and everything else in life. If it weren't for the Issaquah Food and Clothing Bank, I don't know where I would turn for assistance. I'm really grateful to the supporters of the Issaquah Food and Clothing Bank that they support an organization who provides families the ability to be autonomous and provide for their families in a respectful and independent way.